Welcome all to our channel GTech Friend. Our today's topic number 16 in ASP.NET Core video series is understanding the difference between AddMvc versus AddMvcCore method in iService collection. You may get asked this question into the interview also in a such a way that which method should we use to set up the MVC architecture in our ASP.NET Core. So you must be understand there are the different way to set upping or bootstrapping your MVC application considering the ASP.NET Core 3.1 and above version. So depending on your requirement is your choice to choose which is the correct one, such as using the controllers, views, pages, and exposing the HTTP endpoints. In ASP.NET Core 2 and earlier version, you could register the service or you can say the MVC framework in ASP.NET Core depending on the two methods, which is AddMvc and AddMvcCore. Means we have AddMvc and AddMvcCore method to set up the MVC application. In short, we can say the iService collection interface provides the two methods to set up the MVC in ASP.NET Core application. In ASP.NET Core 3 and above version, there are the additional three methods are added to set up the MVC application. The first one is AddControllers. So AddControllers added the dependency which require for the controllers only. So it will not add the views into your application. So this method is mostly used for the API development because for this you don't require the views, but the formatter, the authentication and the authorization things are required. So which is registered under this AddControllers method. The next is AddController with the views. So this method is used to set up the MVC application which we are using previously before the Razor application or Razor View engine is introduced. The next one is AddRazorPages. So this method is newly introduced and which is used to set up the Razor pages without controller and the views. So just to explain the Razor View, in Razor page we have created the CHHTML, and for each CHHTML we have a CS file. The code is run behind the CS file. So without controller, these pages get executed. So we'll see difference between the AddMvc and AddMvcCore with our previous application, which we have created in our previous video tutorial for setting the MVC application. So in our previous video tutorial, we have used AddMvc method. So let's switch to the Visual Studio and see the example. We are in our project which we have used for the previous video tutorial to set up the MVC into the blank application. So before understanding the difference, let's add one method into the home controller which return the JSON data. So let's call JSON result and we'll call this method as a get data. And let's return the JSON name equal to, we'll call the GTech Fluent. Okay, so let's run our application and see. Okay, our view is loading and let's access the JSON data. So home/get data. Okay, so we are getting the JSON data from our new action. So let's close this. Let's stop our application and let's modify the startup.cs file and let's change AddMvc to the AddMvcCore. AddMvcCore. So let's run our application and see. Look, we are getting the error while returning the view. And if you see the error message that no service type of the temp data or view feature is registered. That means when you add the AddMvcCore dependency here, it will add only the core feature of the MVC. So considering the core feature means it will not add the view to our application. So what we'll do, let's continue this one and let's try to access the JSON data. So let's run. Okay, we are able to get the JSON data with the MvcCore as well. So in AddMvcCore, it will add the core feature such as a JSON formatter, authorization, authentication, and other things. In AddMvcCore, you need to add everything manually, correcting this error to returning the view. Let's add the view dependency separately. So we'll call add Razor View Engine. So we have added Razor View Engine manually here. So let's run our application and see. Look, we are getting our default index page. So the AddMvcCore provide you a more control over the setuping your application. Like as per your requirement, you could set up your application. As we know, MVC is open source. So let's look at the code for the AddMvcCore. This is the official MVC Git code. So I have picked for this. So if you notice, if you see the method of AddMvcCore, it is adding some default feature which is required for your application. So if you want to go the feature, understand the feature, you can check this link. So I have given this link our blog, so you can check that. So now let's see the code for the AddMvc. So I have the code for here also for the AddMvc. So if you look at the method for AddMvc, it is internally calling the AddMvcCore. So when we add the AddMvc, it will add the core features as well as the other feature which is required for our whole MVC application. So if you look at here, it is adding the views, Razor View Engine, cache, and other features. So you can decide which one you need to choose for your application. So I have given the link of these two in our blog. We need to understand when we using the AddMvcCore, we have to add everything ourselves and set up the application as per your requirement. So you can choose method as per your requirement, which is the best or suitable for your application. So please let us know if anyone has any query or a doubt on this. So we will meet in our next video. Thank you.